Well, good day, viewers. Today we have a 2015 GMC Sierra Denali. It's got 109,000 kilometers on it, and the air conditioning is not working. We had a couple of warm days in the last few days. Okay, so the AC compressor should be on, and it's not on. Let's go have a look. And you can see down here the AC compressor belt is spinning, but the compressor is not running. So we're gonna first and foremost have a look at you can throw the gauges on it. I got a funny feeling it's going to be a leaky condenser over in this corner over here, but I guess we'll put the gauges on it and check the pressures first off. So as soon as I hooked up the high side line and a little bit of refrigerant from the line went into the system, the compressor engaged, as you can see. So I suspect it's very low. So the low side pressure is down around 15 and the high side pressure is down around 60, 70, 75. So the system is low. I might put a partial charge in it and see if there's a leak in this corner here. I don't think it's got dye in it, but I'll have a look. Putting a partial charge in it to see if I can see any leaks in the top condenser area. I think I can hear it. I'm going to be able to see it with the camera here, but I put in the top corner of the condenser. I got a black light here. Yeah, it's leaking. Where that accumulator attaches to the side of the condenser, there's a boss that has a tendency to leak. This is the fourth one I've seen. I've fixed 2 so far. So that we're going to recover the refrigerant from this system and change the condenser. Yeah, I'm going to take all this plastic trim off and I think the grill off. So remove the plastic push pins that hold the plastic cover on. We have to take this radiator support out of here, I believe, because the condenser is right down in here someplace. Yep, let's get going. So once you take that plastic cover off with all the push pins, there are 2 brace rods across here, one across each corner that has to come out. This air box has to come out because there's 3 bolts that hold this radiator support from the bottom underneath here, and you can't get at them. Down underneath here, there's one here in the corner, one about there, and one in challenging spot behind this washer bottle neck. And it looks like you got to take the upper radiator support bolt too. Disconnect probably this as well. So you can pull the air box out as an assembly. Then there are 3 bolts behind this plastic shield here. So pull this 2 top push pins, this bolt in the corner and this one in the middle you can get with a ratcheting box end. This one I got with a 1/4 inch nut driver from the bottom. Now that 1 bolt on that side by the washer bottle. So I found it necessary to remove the auxiliary battery tray. It has like 6 bolts holding it down, and then you can push this washer bottle in to get at this bottom bolt with a short ratcheting box end. Take these 13 mil head bolts out on the rad, and this one here, pry the center of it away from the front here, and we should have access to the condenser now. We got to get some plastic shielding off of here. So that plastic shield deflector pops off the rad and pops off this clip on either side here and comes straight off. Now we got to take the tranny cooler clips out. There's one line here, one line there, and I think we're going to remove the mount for the air cleaner housing so that I can get at the banjo bolts on the bottom. The system is evacuated now. So pry the little C-locks out of there. There's one there and one there. And then carefully wiggle the lines off, the tranny cooler lines. And I took the tray out and this brace out and just slid it off to the side, because there's the banjo bolt, or the flange bolt for the condenser. Plus it's got to lift straight up, so it's just clipped into the rad. We'll get that undone. So there's the condenser out. There's a bracket right there that has a 10 mil bolt from the front into the rad. And this is where it's leaking, right in here. Right on that joint there, where the accumulator or the receiver dryer is welded to the tank. It's a very common failure. I think this is the fourth one I'm doing now. Anyways, let's transfer this stuff to the new condenser. So this is what we're putting in here. It's a Spectra Premium. And I'm looking at the receiver dryer on this side, and it's reinforced all the way up instead of just having those little spot welds. So hopefully this is a better design. You're going to need new seals. It came with a stud, but it didn't come with these pipe seals, so I'll get the part numbers for those seals. So there's the new condenser installed, AC lines hooked up. I managed to find a couple of seals in my universal kit, but I'll try and get the part number from the dealer for you guys. I'm going to put it under a vacuum while I finish reassembling it. Might as well. Got to wait at least half an hour. This tranny cooler line is being a pain to hook up. I swear the worst part of this job is getting these tranny cooler lines back on. This one especially, because it's rigid and there's no give. Make sure you slide the rad all the way to the left side, to the driver's side. Anyways, these aftermarket condensers, I should say, slide the condenser to the left side, are not made to the perfect dimensions. This lock doesn't hold down here, but it's not going to go anywhere. So let's put the radiator brace back in. So GM says to drain the condenser, and I tried, there was nothing in it, but it says if you're changing the condenser, you're supposed to add 2 ounces of PEG 46 oil. Actually, GM gives you a GM part number. So we're going to charge this thing now. It's been holding vacuum now for half an hour, and it was vacuum for 40 minutes while I put this thing back together. I just have the plastic cover to put on here. How much does this thing hold? There's usually a tag on here somewhere, but maybe it's on that plastic cover. Yes, it is. 0.6 kilograms for a truck, 0.92 for an SUV with rear AC, 0.6 kg. I injected the oil through the low side. Let's put this line back on. That oil has dye in it too. And start. It reminds you to add oil, which I did already. And we'll put the cover on while it's charging. And we'll check the system pressures now once we get the... Oh, my light fell down. On the low side, 160, 170 on the high side. Let's see here. Oh yeah, nice and cold now. Well, we'll finish buttoning up the trim and put that auxiliary battery tray back in. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Oh, and check for leaks and make sure the transmission fluid is full. So the way to check the tranny fluid, because there's no damn dipstick, is you have to take this plug out while it's running hot. And if tranny fluid drips out of here, then the level is fine. If it doesn't drip out like that, then it's low. So we're going to have to inject some in. That cooler doesn't hold that much and there's no leaks, but and it's pretty much up to temperature. It's been running for a half an hour. So put a fitting in there, and I hooked it up to a pressurized bottle of Dextron. I think it's Dextron 6. And I'm going to just pump in a liter or so and then let the excess run out. This is a repurposed injector flushing tool. Fluid and letting the excess run out now. This is just a repurposed fuel pressure gauge fitting. That oil's pretty black. Maybe recommend a service. Trouble is you can't really flush the lines on this because it has this adapter in here, a thermostatic cooler valve.